Gosh, are you muted, Sandy? I can't hear you. Oh, yeah, you are.
Oh my God, I am. I'm talking. I was talking and it was muted. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Iron Entertainment. We are here with another confessional for Romeo, levels 9 and 10. He has made the top 7 of very good feat. Romeo, we have a little bit to catch up on. I'm going to rewind time to Wednesday during the live. Were you shocked to get 5.5 debugs? Tied the most, but tied with the most debugs.
No, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't shocked because of some folks that had came to me and told me prior to the night, going into the night, that my name was the one heavily being thrown around. And so that was the route that they were going. And so I wasn't too surprised, you know. I kind of like expected it to happen, but I felt still a little bit more confident, even still with me being put up there. Like I knew it was going to happen eventually. Like it was getting to the point where I couldn't hide anymore, and I was going to start to have to like put my foot in the sand, draw that line, and stay like stand on the side. And so it definitely, I definitely knew it was coming. I didn't know that I was going to be the first one that they were going to be targeting though, but apparently they wanted to get me out for whatever reason. I don't
Now,
know.
who is it now? Who's they?
Garrett, Hannah, Billy, and Papa. All 4 of them.
Do you feel some type of way against those who like put you up? I know I've seen a couple of people say, "Oh, everybody said that they were going to put you up," so like I felt like I had to because everybody was doing it. Now, how much of that do you buy?
None of it. That's bullshit. That's absolute fucking bullshit. Like, and I was like, and it almost like, and it made me feel insulted that they would even approach me in that way. Like I'm stupid. Like I don't understand what is being said to me. Like I can't read in between the lines. Like nigga, I'm sorry. That's why I'm like,
you don't have to apologize, bitch. You're not fucking white.
I know, but I'm just like, nigga, like, are you serious right now? Like, are you really telling me this and thinking I'm supposed to be like, oh, like, I'm sorry, I don't know, like, well, you just gotta do what you gotta. No, you have a choice. The deed's not done. You have an absolute choice in which side you want to play. And so you can either fuck me over, like I know you're going to, or you can show me that you do want to work with me. But it's clear that you don't, because you wouldn't have approached me in the way that you approached me. That was also a thing that really kind of irritated me about last round, that actually makes me very, very, very happy that I'm still fucking here, because it was the way that fucking Billy and the way that motherfucking Garrett approached me, telling me that they were going to vote me out. Billy, I didn't even give it too much. That's why I was like, I appreciate it, whatever, blah, 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 because truthfully, it was a little condescending. It was almost like, oh, he knew that he had the power and that I'm just all at his will. Like, this is just like, bruh, I've put myself out there multiple times to these people, more or less, especially with them trying to establish something, trying to let them know that I'm there to work with them, but they never wanted to approach me in that way. So the way that they're making it seem like is that this is my own doing, when that's not the case. You're doing this for whatever reason that you chose in your mind, that I'm not someone that you wanted to work closely with. For whatever reason, I did something that made you feel as though you couldn't trust me or work with me moving forward in this game. So don't try to make it seem like everyone else is forcing you to do this, because at the end of the day, you are your own person and you have your own vote. And I know that clearly, because there's been multiple times when I went against my alliance and things that I said I was going to do, just because it wasn't exactly would have been beneficial for my game, or isn't necessarily what I wanted to do. So I don't agree with that. And I mean, truthfully, Billy, like, I'm glad his ass is gone, because like he had this arrogance to him in this game that while he was keeping it on a hush hush for the most part, I knew it was still there. It's Billy, and some things just don't fucking change. So glad he was gone. And Garrett, I know your face fucking dropped when you saw that I was the second motherfucker to win their spot still in the fucking game. So the way that you came to me and approached me the day before, because you just knew knew that I was going home. Ha ha ha, bitch, I'm still fucking here. And guess what? I'm coming for your ass. And so that's why I'm letting it also be known too that if Garrett some way weasels his way to the final two, I don't give a fuck who he's sitting next to. He's not getting my vote. The only way that Garrett will be able to get my vote possibly is if it's between him and Hannah in the final two. And that is the only way, because then I'll be forced to have to give a vote.
Now,
And
do you feel some type of way against Hannah and Garrett because you actually considered them as
yes,
not that you were their finals, but like you've had this loyalty, this wanting to work with them type of thing. And then when your name is actually in the line of fire, you ain't got nobody in your corner, at least the people that you expected in your corner.
and yep, and I was getting to Hannah too. And Hannah, I'm really upset with because I've done nothing but really try to protect this lady. Like even when the time when I had and I knew it was going to throw some beef between me, her, and Tasha, I saved her. And even in the times with like, yeah, I was going to save Jackie that one time. But at that point, it was because I had approached her and Tasha both trying to create a majority alliance. And I know I've talked about this in a confessional before. And in that moment, that's when I knew that I couldn't trust her anymore. And then the simple fact that she still was trying to play it out like we were cool just because I had told her before, we don't necessarily need to chat all the time because I have your back, and like what's understood doesn't always need to be said type of approach to it. But it's apparent that that wasn't necessarily the case on her half. Like, I mean, I knew eventually it was going to get down to it to where eventually if I wanted to win or have a shot at winning, she was going to have to go. I'm not naive to that, but at the same token, she wasn't nowhere on my radar, and I would have hoped she would at least approach me differently. It was just almost like the way that they approached me was just almost like, oh, their decision was made. Like there was no consideration. There was nothing that I could say to persuade them, which makes me really question how real were they with me throughout this whole fucking game. And like, that's what pisses me off the most, because if you were really to stand in firm in your truth and tell me what it is and not make it seem like, oh, this is just a thing that the house wants, so I'm gonna just go with the house because I don't want to ruffle no feathers. Fuck that. We were in the final fucking 8. What, like, come on now, like we're not like, especially Garrett, like I know we both were trying to play the middle, but baby, you already drew that line in the sand when you fucking put up Sean. Like, let's be clear. And then even still, I supported you with that, and you still didn't have my back in the way that you was making it out to be. Like, dude, you really fucked up on that one, because one thing I am doing that he is not doing, I'm not fucking over people in my relationship. Tasha may feel some type of way about me, but at the end of the day, she'll find out too that I did not vote her ass out. And that's why I didn't come to her and have a conversation about it, because I also didn't find out that she was getting voted out until right before. So there was no time for me to do that. So truthfully, I haven't fucked over nobody in this game on a personal or emotional place to where they would want to, they would feel slighted by me in the least bit. The only person that may have a chance to feel that way is Tasha, but truthfully, like I said, that's all based off of her perception. So Garrett needed to learn something from this, and I'm sure he's going to learn it. Because, like I said, if he is in the box, I mean, if he makes it to the final 2, he does not have my vote unless it's between him and Hannah. And even still, then it's really going to come down to what the fuck the motherfuckers have to say, because I don't see it for none of them. I need another cigarette.
How excited were you when you won that beta test?
Oh my God. I'm so upsetting that I couldn't do what I really wanted to do, because it was just like, oh my gosh, like I wanted this to be like so like both was like, yes, fuck yes, oh, I'm still here. Like, and do that 99 like, but I knew also too that would paint a bigger target on my back, even more so than what I had. So that's why I went the route that I did and went to play the emotional route. I made every last single motherfucking person there feel bad for the position that they had me in that night. Baby, it's a game. If I was to go home that night, I would have went home proud. I would have went home happy, because let's be clear, I made it to jury. And not only that, I'm in the single digits. So even me going out at eighth place, I would have been okay. Because I wasn't the first jury member, nor was I the second jury member. I would have been okay. No, that's
8th place is good, baby. That was my ascendance placement. I was satisfied.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't have been upset, but it was just more so all right, this is the position that I'm in. My game is exposed because I mean, y'all all know I've been wanting to play the middle, been doing a somewhat decent job of playing the middle. I definitely was doing a decent enough job to keep my name out of people's mouths for a very long time. But you know, I definitely was ecstatic that I won. And I was just like, yes, I'm still in this game. That's how I knew it wasn't meant for me to go home because I just, for some reason too, I knew I wasn't going home last night. It was just something in me that just, I knew I wasn't going home last night. So all that shit I was saying about, oh, it just felt like it was the same, like that was bullshit. All those tears, like if you're a thespian, and my thespians know what a thespian is. If you're a thespian,
Actor.
ow, and if you really get into my performance that night and how I had to build it up to get to that point to where the tears really started to come down, the quivering in my voice, the making sure that I put my hands over my face to really give me a moment to start to think about something that's going to bring tears to my eyes. Like it was all methodic. And I am just so happy because it actually worked. Now everybody reached out to me and wanted to talk to me and have a conversation with me. Sharonica actually did me a favor in saying what she did when Billy was leaving, because then that just actually added extra to it and also put it out there to folks that, oh, maybe I'm not as close with them as they may think I am, or blah, blah, blah. But needless to say, I've been really trying to think about how to approach this and everything. And so I think right now I'm going to definitely still play on the oh whoa blah blah blah, but now no, really I need to like pick it up with winning competitions and shit. That win, oh my gosh, that win, oh baby, you don't understand how much that win meant to me. It was just like I was so happy. I wanted to smile, I wanted to scream, I wanted to yell, I wanted to do everything, but I had to play smart. So that's why you got the response that you did out of me. And I mean, it also worked too. I just got off a call with Papa and he was like, I could relate. He was like, I felt that. He was like, I couldn't have even been happy for my win because it was like, it was like, what next though? And so, I definitely am happy that it is starting to play on the emotions the way that I wanted it to. And so happy.
Okay. So you survived. Billy gets debunked by Jackie. He's out of here. He's on the lounge. We vote. People vote for. It's a little varied vote, but racing is selected by you. Isn't it you? Was it you? Or is the level before? The level before? Wait, no. When did you get picked on the wheel for something?
That was last round. That was the round that
okay, because I remember it was like we were on a confessional and you said you never got picked for the wheel and then you got picked for the wheel. Okay. Okay, no, it was Papa. I think it was Papa's racing. Somebody's racing. Anyway. And then the result of the first lap is you are currently in the line of fire of becoming a glitch for the second level in a row. Have you made plan? Like, what's your plan to try and get your ass safe?
I definitely I've talked to Sharonica, I've talked to Benny, and I've talked to Jackie all separately. I in my dramatic affairs to even add on extra to make people feel even more bad, even though I know it would only affect that one chat because that's really the only active alliance chat that I had going on. But the Let's Talk chat, I knew that by me leaving the chat and things like that and stuff, they would really think that I was really hurt and really pissed off. And so I was just making it out like I wanted to talk to each one of you all individually before I was to even consider going back into that chat, even though I already knew it in my mind that I wasn't going nowhere and that I was going to work with them. Like it was just all the drama because I needed them to feel bad for me. I needed them to at least make me feel as though they felt bad for me. And so if they were acting, they doing a damn good job because I damn sure feel like everybody feel bad for me. Not maybe so much Hannah and Garrett, but they did reach out to me. They still reached out. Those were the only two that didn't really go into full depth of a message. Like Papa sent me like a really long paragraph Benny sent me a really long paragraph. Sharonica harassed the fuck out of me, like was even hitting me up on fucking Messenger on Facebook, like, bitch, get back in the Let's Talk. Like,
So you fucking got a carrier pigeon sent to your apartment with a note from
okay.
Sharonica all the way from Pennsylvania.
And then definitely, and I was talking with Jackie. So, like I said, it definitely worked the way that I wanted it to work, to where even though I am in the last position going into tonight, I don't think I would stay in the last position after tonight. I mean, banking on me winning a challenge too, so that way I can have some type of influence over that as well. But also, if things work out, I'm hoping that I can, if I am in the bottom, that I am in the bottom with Garrett. Because if I am in the bottom with Garrett, production would finally get what they have been looking for all season long with these stupid ass elements. It would literally be a 3.5 to 3 vote with Garrett going home. So, wait, does CPU vote for in racing round 2?
Nope, only in a tie.
Only in a tie. So yeah. So either way you look at it. Wait, I need to reconfigure that. I need to reconfigure that then. I need to reconfigure that then. Well then, if Sharonica stays in the CPU position, then if Sharonica stays in CPU, wait, no, Sharonica got the half vote. Yeah, Sharonica doesn't need to be in the CPU. So truthfully, Papa or Hannah need to be in the CPU. Papa or Hannah need to be in the CPU. So then that way, Garrett is in the bottom 2 with me. So then the only people that could vote will be majority of the Let's Talk members. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like I need to do some more working out of it. I mean, but that's fine. There's still some time. We have a couple more hours before the live night tonight. And also, I'm going to tell production that you guys can add me back to the Let's Talk chat. But yeah, I'm working out with them. Papa did come to me with a plan to go after Jackie. I mean, ideally, that wouldn't be best for my game right now, just because honestly, the only person on the other side of the house that I have had a conversation with that I feel like I could trust right now is Papa. And so that will also put me back in a vulnerable position, especially with him and Garrett still in the game, both having 2 votes on me.
I was
So
just gonna ask that. How much does it concern you that you have 2 people with 2 votes against you? Do you think it's, how like Papa you were just on a call conversation with Papa. Do you think that was genuine, or do you think there was a bit of it that was self-serving because he does have that power over you?
I think it was a little bit of both. I definitely do feel as though it was a little bit of both. I think Papa definitely read into the emotions that I had on Wednesday night. And I think he's looking at that as a great way to go after a target that he probably wouldn't be able to without my help, possibly, or the help of someone else. And he knows that trying to get Sharonica or Benny to make a move on Jackie probably would be a lot harder to make. So especially after Wednesday night, if he was to make a move on her, now would be the time if he's able to rally me. And truthfully, Jackie going home next round wouldn't be worse. Wouldn't be the worst thing for my game. Is it ideal for me? No, because that would be leaving in still the 2 people that have 2 votes on me. But does that give me another opportunity at least to try to work in good something and at least try to get past the next round? Potentially. Yeah, so it looks like I'm still low-key kind of playing the middle. This is going to be my saving grace. Like, this is going to be a master class on how to play the middle successfully. And then there'll be chapters on what to do when you catch yourself in certain situations. Oh,
Available on teachable.com come September 2022.
okay. Oh man, this has been a crazy, like, oh, this has been a crazy ride. This has been a crazy fucking ride. I think I am proud of myself in the game that I'm playing so far. I've I had the idea of wanting to play in the middle, and I feel like I successfully have done that because that at least brought me here to the jury phase, which then, you know, normally jury phase is when people start to put their foot down. Normally that's when you start to see the sides and the alliances, like those true alliances start to form before they, I mean, show their face at least for a round or two before they start attacking each other. So, you know, I'm in final seven, like out of 17. There's 10 other motherfuckers that went home before me. I'll take those odds. So I have faith in tonight that things will go well and that I will still be here and make it to the final six. But even if it doesn't go that way, I am very proud of myself. I'm very proud of the game that I played. There are moments and things that I could have done a lot differently. Absolutely. But one thing I will say, and to attest to, I felt like I did a good job in being somewhat adaptable. Um, Not always feeling so like gung-ho and stuck with the one side. Like that's something I did in I Survivor. I like found my people and then I was just like, that's that. And I wanted to play the middle, but didn't necessarily put in the effort to do that. And it was kind of like, this is the side that I'm with. And so I really was trying to work against that this time. I really was trying to not give that impression as much as possible. And so, yeah, we'll see.
Right now, who is the biggest threat to win the game? Who has winner's equity written all over them?
Papa. Honestly, I don't know. It's just this feeling I have where I feel like Papa definitely is a big threat to me. And Jackie, those two, I would say I could see either or. Like the others, I feel as though I can definitely put up a really good fight, especially if my speech and like everything. But with Papa and Jackie, I feel like I might as well just hand them the crown if I'm sitting next to them. Not that I'm not going to give it a fight, but those are the two that I definitely know that if I'm sitting next to them, it will be very, very hard for me to convince people to win. I mean, to vote me to win. So.
I'm good on questions for now. If there's anything that I missed from you, feel free to talk, vent.
No, I think I really much like I think and I feel like I covered everything. I really hope that my strategy in the game that I want to play are linking up with what is happening in the game. I definitely know that I'm not in the loop on everything. I know that I'm not necessarily behind all these big decisions and things with folks, but it's okay because it seems so far those that know too much tend to be the ones that end up going sooner than later. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I still see a path to the end, but it's a bumpy motherfucking road and I see too many stoplights. But hey, we're here. I'm just sitting in traffic right now.
So good. That was a good analogy. I love that.
On the racing round.
on the racing round, even more poetic. Oh, so good. Okay, Romeo, you